What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another meta breakdown video for Riftbound League of Legends TCG. Today we're going over the 4th Chinese regional that took place in Hangzhou over the weekend, and we finally have some different final results. The first 3 weeks were dominated by Kaisa, with of course some representation from other decks, mostly Master Yi. This week we finally have a different result, so let's go ahead and just get right into it. Let's start by taking a look at our top 64 breakdown. We still see the highest concentration of Master Yi and Kaisa. Those two have been switching back and forth, but this time we see the highest concentration of top 64 being taken over by Master Yi, of course, followed by Kaisa. And then we have Set as the 3rd most represented deck in this top 64. That's very, very new here because Set has oftentimes just entirely missed top cut, and it hasn't been one of the most highly repped decks, but this week we see it take the 3rd most rep spot in the top 64, and that's telling of what a lot of people thought the meta might trend towards, with Kaisa being so dominant, winning 3 weeks back to back to back. Everyone thought that Set would step up and be the counter to Kaisa that everyone kind of thought it was, and maybe we're finally starting to see that trend. I do think Set has some of its own problems that, while yes, even though the legend ability does counter what Kaisa is trying to do, Set is just overall tough to play when you don't draw buff cards, when it's hard to deal with rune management because of how much power you might be using alongside your legend ability. So maybe it's not the perfect counter to Kaisa, but maybe people are starting to figure it out a little bit more, and it's starting to find its place in this meta with these top 2 contenders. Then we have Misfortune taking the next most representation with 4 spots, and that's probably more of our Aurora ramp style MF. And then we are followed by a couple of one-ofs. We have 1 Teemo, 1 Ahri, 1 Leona, extremely surprisingly. I would actually love to see this deck list. And then 1 Victor rounding out the top 64.